Good evening. Welcome to The Circuit. I'm your host, Steve Garrett, and today our guests are the student filmmakers from the university's Fundamentals of Film Production course. They are Sean Michael Matthews, Alexandra Lacuva, and Chanel Rowe Green. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Steve.
So I want to get into talking about the student production you worked on this past semester. And if you don't mind, would you tell us more about the plot?
Sure. Pretty much our film, The Last Halloween, it's about a woman who is mourning the loss of her loved one, and she goes to seek out a psychic to communicate with him, and she gets more than what she's bargained for.
Okay. And so I understand that you had about a month to work on the film?
Yes.
What was your anxiety level?
Well, being that it was, I believe, all of our first film, correct?
Pretty much.
It was very anxious for me, at least. I was really excited to see what the outcome was going to be like, you know, the whole process of getting everything together and just working with these two great individuals.
Cool. And Alex and Chanel, did you have any personal conflicts or anything that
No,
made
not
this a little
really.
bit more stressful for
we
you?
kind of all meshed really well. Like Sean and Alexandra had met previously prior to our the class that we did this film in, and we kind of like locked eyes, so to speak, when the assignment was given, and it was just a green light from there.
Okay.
Me and Sean, we were in the theater directing class before that semester, so we wanted to do something together, and
Right.
finally we got a chance. And then we met Chanel, very energetic and inspiring. So we
Okay. And are all of you film production majors?
Correct.
Okay. And what started you with that? Why film production?
Well, ever since I was younger, I've always wanted to tell stories and put it out there for people to see, so I figured this would be the best field to get into to do that.
Okay.
I've always been a visual person. It's always about watching movies, TV shows, and then I've done photography, and so the transition from still photos to moving.
What do you think you
pictures.
like better now between the two?
I really can't tell that I like one or the other.
Uh-huh.
I like them both.
Okay. Chanel?
And kind of a similar thing from childhood, just having been a really artsy kid, I started studying acting, and from there, getting behind the camera was kind of a natural transition as well.
Right. So you all came together in class and you started working on this idea. Where exactly did the idea come from? Someone have any further roots tied to the whole Halloween theme, or?
I think we just all threw ideas together in
Okay.
class time. We were not too far away from Halloween, and we all knew that we wanted to do something mysterious and mystical. And so we just talked about it, and the next class, Sean came up with a great short story, and eventually we adapted it
Okay.
to the script.
So what were your roles on the set?
Well, since I was familiar with technical work, I took up on camera work and directing. Sean did adaptation and writing generally. Chanel did a great job on producing and acting in the
Okay.
how so it was all.
Amazing job.
And so as far as the whole film process of it, because you had some outstanding shots, how did you get that to work?
We had this amazing director. Like, we just were, it was nothing but like a great saving grace to have Alexandra in our group, because me and Sean both weren't as familiar behind the camera. So once we got the story together, it was like she totally had the vision, and everything just worked. Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
systematically, it was perfect.
She was really excellent at coming up with different shots that you really wouldn't think about, and it was really
Right.
great. Like one of the shots in the film when our main character is walking down the steps. Just amazing shot on the infamous steps of Georgetown, and I thought that was a really great eye on Alex's part.
Right,
I
right.
think it was actually Chanel's idea too. But yeah, generally just because it was Halloween and we decided to use it, you know, like the most famous part of Georgetown would be the stairs, and yeah, it was a great idea.
The timing was just perfect. We
Yeah.
definitely played up, like they said, Halloween, and the fact that we were able to authentically go out and shoot footage, like
Yeah.
raw footage.
Now, were
of-
you actually out on
we
Halloween
were,
Day?
Yes.
and we had
Okay.
a ball.
Okay. So you actually
It was
you
amazing.
planned this leading up to Halloween, and was Halloween like the deadline, the last possible day for you to shoot?
Oh yeah.
Well, for that particular scene, yes. There's
Okay.
no coming back, no reshooting, so we had to have it done.
And we all made sure our schedules just worked so we
Right.
can all be there, and we all got there at like the perfect time.
Right. We were
and
fully
got everything.
committed.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
really great. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
And
So-
we had a lot of fun.
Right. Well, you gotta have
We
fun,
did.
especially when you're doing Halloween and movies and all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know about the shots, because I know you said you were behind camera. You two didn't have that much experience. How much time did it take for you to actually set up a shot and plan for it for the moment of arrival, until the end of a scene?
Well, since the shots were mostly moving, not really still, so
Mhm.
it was more about finding a spot, for example, on the street, and just to see whatever looks good in the
Right.
frame.
And was lighting an issue for you all at all?
Not really. It was just perfect, like the magic hour time. So
Our production schedule kind of set us up for what time to be
Yeah.
out in at the magic hour, like she said,
Right.
and we stuck to that like very tightly. We moved from location to location very quickly
Mhm.
to capture the perfect lighting, or at least what we felt like was perfect lighting.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the locations you shot at?
Yeah, it was in Georgetown, of course, on the main strip
Mhm.
during the parade. All the shots were very organic. They kind of just came to us
Absolutely.
naturally.
Mhm.
And even in just walking, we would say, oh, well, this looks like this would be a great
Right.
shot. We just went on ahead and took it and created such beautiful artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And once we decided to shoot Georgetown, it being a hot spot in this town for Halloween,
yeah.
I was kind of like, we have to shoot something on the Exorcist steps because they're famous. It's like instantly recognizable.
That's
People
awesome.
who see
Right.
the film are like, oh, those are
I know
those
exactly
steps.
what those are, yeah.
So I thought that was like definitely a cool factor we were able to capture.
I think my personal favorite would be the scene in the psychic shop,
Mhm.
just because all three of us were in theater lighting class at the
Mhm.
same time. So we had
Okay.
a lot of fun building up the set. We literally.
How much time did
built
it
up
take for
much.
that set?
Oh my goodness.
Because that looked
took a
out of this
while.
world, I have to say.
That took a
Thank you,
while.
Really?
Yeah.
It definitely took some sacrificing
Yeah.
of a Saturday.
Yeah, a few
And,
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Almost getting electrocuted on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, man.
Right.
But
No,
it
you
was
don't wanna
great.
know.
It was great. It was awesome. I mean, we got to put all of the things that we learned in the class. Actually, that semester, we were in the lighting class to work and
Right.
actually produce this wonderful set that you saw
Mhm.
on film.
We had
It wa-
support from the lighting professor. She was like
Absolutely.
very supportive about that, and she encouraged us to use it in the project
Right.
for another class. So we were very.
We couldn't have done it without the
Great.
support of our teacher at the time, as well as some other staff at the school.
And
who
what
were
teacher
really
are you speaking
supportive.
of, by the way, just so we all know?
Professor Porter,
Okay.
as well as Stu. Shout out
Okay.
to Stu, because Stu
Yeah.
was a
Thanks,
huge
Stu.
help for us during the project. And I feel like it was meant for us to build that set because,
Yeah.
ironically, we set out scouting psychic shops to shoot in. And it just wasn't going
Did
to
you-
happen for us. We did. We went and visited like
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
different psychic
And you
shops
found some
trying to
psychic
figure
shops?
out. Yeah, we found them, but they didn't find us.
Yeah, oh, okay.
They, just,
Oh,
they
'cause
were not very
They didn't want to cooperate.
helpful
Yeah.
at all.
So then I
Wow.
was like, you know what? Forget this, you guys. We came together, and it
Yeah,
was
let's
just
just do
like,
it.
let's do it. Let's build the set.
Mhm.
And we talked to our professor. She said we could use the space.
Mhm.
And from there, it was just green light.
Did you have any type of vision prior to actually building the set, like Miss Cleo
Absolutely.
at all? Or?
We wanted to make it very authentic, and what I
Mhm.
liked about it the most is that we all collectively went out by ourselves and
Mhm.
got things
Yep.
and brought it together.
Okay.
And I know that for the Pacific scene of the
Mhm.
reading, I wanted to give it more of a voodoo
Mhm.
feel. So I actually went and Googled some authentic voodoo symbols that we
Gotcha.
put in the film.
Right.
And
He even made some of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't know
great.
you was in.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do all that. So this does have, a lot of supernatural aspects of it, and I do know on television and movies we're kind of doing a whole supernatural genre thing right now. Did any television shows or movies inspire, your production process or
Well-
the creation of this film?
I
Yes, subconsciously, since we
Maybe,
all
right.
watch it and
Yeah.
always around it.
Right.
Yeah, it was somewhere like in the back of our minds, but
I think it was.
direct influence. I don't know.
I think it was an amalgam of things
Mhm.
Right.
that we see. A lot of my favorite horror thriller films, like The Sixth Sense and you know,
others.
Rosemary's Baby and
Yeah.
So I
things
take
like
it none
that.
of you have a
know?
problem with horror to begin with.
Oh, not at
No.
all.
Okay.
They definitely were more prone to it than me, but after a minute, I was like, okay, this can work. I like
Okay.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
And so while shooting, did anything eerie or unnatural happen at all?
Definitely, I think you guys might.
You gotta tell us
There
about
were
that
a
one.
few things. I'll go with the first one that occurred on our first day of shooting in Georgetown, where me and Alexandra and Sean were getting ready to shoot, and me and Alexandra had kind of walked down. She was trying to figure out exactly how to set up the next frame, and she was shooting and walking, and this lady was just like, ah, in the camera. And we were like, oh my God,
The
what is
funny
happening?
thing, it kind of didn't register in my brain until like 2
She
seconds
was so
after I
busy
saw it on the
shooting.
screen. I was with the camera like, whoa,
What?
wait,
Right.
somebody
Right.
just
I'm
there, and
immediately
I
like,
just did
wow.
it. It was kind of weird, yeah.
Yeah, we had some other strange things happen. We're gonna go ahead and reveal that now. While we were shooting,
liability.
we actually made our own fog machine to give it
Okay.
a eerie kind of look.
You made the fog machine.
Yes,
Yeah,
thanks
Okay,
to
before
the,
you explain, can you tell me how you make a fog machine?
that was
That's how
all
it
Alex.
Like,
It's a huge secret. If I tell you, I have to kill you. So no.
But
Well, I'm gonna pay you for it later.
you know, in the midst of that, while we were filming, and it was actually a really great scene. We were all into it, and everyone was just on. It actually caught on fire.
Oh no.
yeah.
You caught on
We
fire.
were not anywhere near here.
So y'all didn't put them
We
out?
had a little bit of a situation on our hands.
but we fixed it.
Yeah.
It all
And-
worked for the best, and it
I
was
mean,
a great
clearly the
joke.
situation was fixed.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. We made it through.
Yeah, we made it
Minus
through.
the fog and a few of the last shots, but
Okay.
nobody would have known.
It was every great, but not so much to go on the not so much supernatural part. Surprisingly, while we were filming in Georgetown, we had a lot of support around
Yeah.
the community.
Absolutely.
There were people that actually gave us, what was it, yogurt
Yes,
smoothies?
Oh, wow.
absolutely.
I think it
Yeah.
was a
Some of the other
strawberry,
businesses.
not strawberry, was it like froyo or something?
Froyo,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I got
Froyo
samples.
bar.
They were very supportive, and then we also had a lot of the people who were made up from restaurants around the area. They were like, "Oh, well, I'll be in your shot. I'll be
Oh,
an
wow.
extra."
So you
Yeah,
just
they were
you didn't have to pay
helpful.
anybody. You got some
Right.
volunteers who
yeah,
jumped in.
it was
all
great.
worked
The
out.
energy was great.
And now we know that if you bring a camera to Georgetown, we get free frozen yo.
On Halloween
Right.
night.
Okay, that's right. Well, can we talk a little bit more about? Of course, you know you have your production process. You had 1 month to do it, and you filmed. You had the idea. Now let's talk a little bit about the editing. And did anyone take initiative on that aspect, or
Well, I kind of
the
took over,
photographers?
took over on that part. So
Uh-huh.
it's a process, you know. When you have so much footage from 3 days of shooting, yes, we did
Okay.
3 days.
And I was going to ask that. So you shot over a period of 3 days.
Mhm.
How many hours of do you think you recorded?
Well, I was like mainly concerned with time limits since we
Mhm.
were supposed to make a movie about 9 minutes long.
Ah, okay,
Considering
gotcha.
that 3 people can produce something no longer than 9 minutes. So
Mhm.
I guess the whole footage would be, I don't know, 5 hours or not sure.
So,
honest.
so you had to, of course, render all that. Was the editing process like the longest part, you would say, or the most strenuous?
I would say it was like the most intense part for me.
Okay.
Like
She was
not
a magician.
shooting, but yes.
Yeah, she definitely
She
did her
took
thing.
that thing out in
Yeah.
like 48 hours flat.
Really?
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was great. She was amazing.
Congratulations on that. So, I just want to show my audience, this film so that they can understand what we're talking about and enjoy it like I did. And here we are, everyone. We're going to take a look at The Last Halloween.
Are you available for a reading?
The door
It was open, so I figured.
Stop right there. I don't know where you come here for, but I don't want to talk to you. So just go away and leave me be.
Look, I really don't mean any trouble. I just need some questions answered.
We don't understand. Me don't want to help you.
I know it's been a long day. Give me a few minutes and I promise I'll leave you alone.
You know, I can't deal with people sometime. Them come here upon Halloween, cause them want to come play with the JoJo woman. Want me to come fix for them problem. But me have my own problem now. Me have car bill, water bill, light bill, food, clothes, and shoes. And me need help with my problem. Well, you know, I don't have all day. So let's make it quick.
I really appreciate it.
So, I do readings, aura cleansings, and spiritual healings. I start off at 25 and can go all the way up, depending on what you request. So what will it be?
Well, neither. I have a different request.
Oh Lord. Girl, I say me do readings, aura cleansings, and spiritual healing. You are not hearing? What don't you understand?
You can communicate with spirits, right?
Do you have something personally of theirs?
Yes.
Put it right there.
This was my husband's. He passed away last Halloween, and I never got the chance to say goodbye. To be honest, I don't remember much. It all happened fast, really. Tonight is the anniversary of his death, and I've been thinking, I feel like if I could just make sure that he's okay, tell him how much I love him and I miss him.
Stop.
I have a message for you. Is he here? Did you see his spirit?
Let me tell you. When you lose a loved one, it is really hard. Until you don't know if you're stuck in a state of unrest and distress.
What does that even mean? What did he say? And why won't you just tell me? Where is he?
I can't tell you what I know. But what I will tell you is on this day that you all call Halloween, I call the Day of the Dead.
What does that mean?
What I will say is go. Go home. Go and go see your husband. But remember, you don't have much time. So just go. And at the strike of midnight, that's all you have.
Like, he will come. He will be at home to come and see me.
Now? He's there? I can go?
Go home. He's a wait upon you. But remember, you have until midnight, or you have to wait a whole year. Do it again. So go, girl.
I almost forgot.
Girl, you're as broke as a bag of glass. You don't have your wallet. We make you think me never want to help you in the first place.
I must have dropped it. I'm sorry.
Girl, I'll manage. Go!
I promise. I'll come back to pay you. I must go.
Okay. We never get the one them with no money yet.
Quiet moment, quiet grass was slipping past till your train made the distance, till the rear view proved I could run from your kisses. Goodbye. Kisses. Goodbye. Purple highway breathes a sigh. Night creeps across the sky. Keep my eye.
Wow, guys, I gotta commend you on that. That was an outstanding production.
Thank you, Steve.
But you gotta tell me more about this production process, because I can't imagine with what I just saw that y'all did that in 30 days. Plus, you had to meet the deadline of getting a scene done at Halloween. There has to be some other challenges you met during this production process.
Well, we definitely had the 3 stipulations that we had to put on the film. We had to, I believe it was, have a fence be shown.
Okay.
Had to say, every time I hear the song, I think about you. And the other one was clock or watch.
Clock. Okay.
And honestly, it actually pretty much flowed. When I was writing the story, I knew where we needed to place things, especially with the watch, the fence, and
So you said a fence, a clock, and what was the third one?
The
Every
phrase.
time I hear this song, I
Okay,
think about
okay.
you.
And where exactly did those stipulations come from?
that was the guidelines of the
professor.
film.
Ah,
Professor.
got you.
Yes.
So did you just have to, was it random selection or?
I'm sure for him it was random. He
Ah,
just
okay.
needs to give
Got
us
you.
something to,
Okay,
to
okay.
include. And
That's pretty
then
cool.
it kind of just,
Okay,
Thank
and this fortune teller set, now that the audience seen it, we understand a little bit more about it. Is there anything else you can tell us about that set, like for the casting, like anything? That was just, I'm still thinking about it right now.
Well, one
That
of the
amazing
cast
voice.
members,
Yeah.
we had she was great, Miss Tashana Hart.
Okay.
She was the psychic, and she was just really into it, very flexible, willing to work, and just brought a lot of life to the set.
Okay.
And
So-
she had a natural pizzazz that was just
Yeah,
like
that was great.
perfect for.
Now,
that
where'd you find this
character.
girl?
She's actually a friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I was creating the story, I actually talked about it with her and asked her would she be interested in doing it, and her being the star that she is,
Wow.
she
Her
just
performance was amazing. Does she does any acting already, or?
that was actually her first acting gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that was great. Great casting, by the way.
Yeah.
So, was there anybody else involved that we didn't see, or?
Yes, Mr. J. Lee Ward was in it, who was excellent. He was the husband, and the wonderful Chanel played her role as
Modest
the.
little world.
And she was excellent because not only did she have to juggle acting as a producer, acting as a conceptualist, she had to memorize her lines and perform. So
Right.
kudos to you.
Okay.
The only thing I guess I would change if I could, is just me and Sean would have cameo appearances. In
That would be pretty
I
cool.
tried to insist on that actually, but especially
we
that
just-
one, we would find him ducking under the camera more.
I mean, you
often.
wrote it. Why didn't you write just?
You know, I just wanted to.
We were just so into just let's have it done. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. So, with the final product, are you happy with how it came out?
Excellent, most definitely.
Absolutely. We couldn't have asked for a better project, for a better final entity composed by this awesome girl. And
well, there were some technical things that I wish I could have done different, but you know, What's done,
Perfectionist.
what's done with done.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight. I know the audience and I enjoyed your production. We look forward to seeing more of it in the future, and good luck with all of your future endeavors, especially with your film careers as well.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much,
Steve.
Steve.
No problem. Thank you. And audience members, to you, thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next time on UDC's The Circuit.